Welcome back to Asura's Wrath. We're doing episode 20. In this case, as you remember, in the previous part, at the end of the previous part, while fighting Chakravati, Asura just fell on Earth, and Yascha basically intercepted him. So now the help of Mamastra also fell, so the war is pretty much in shit conditions. So,
if it wasn't already.
well, yeah, pretty much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the set is the environment they're in now is a metaphor for Jover's reaction towards what I told him about the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah. Hey, Tio, I'm curious, what was your reactions?
To what?
What Dwibs told you about the Assassin's Creed movie?
Expected. But yeah.
Daddy, what happened to the sound effects?
Artistic design.
It was made by Sony, wasn't it? Or
Yascha.
CyberConnect. What was made by Sony?
No, the Assassin's Creed movie.
No, that was Fox, yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh,
the
so
Watch Dogs
okay, of
movie
course.
is made by Sony.
One of the two big morons, Fox and Sony.
I just don't get it, though. How do you have an Assassin's Creed movie that is actually being overlooked by Ubisoft themselves, have the majority of it take place in the modern timeline, when pretty much every fan will tell you that the modern timeline is the lesser half of any Assassin's Creed game?
Maybe we just prove once and for all that Ubisoft is made by morons these days.
Which is ironic, guys, because even though the present stuff still wasn't that good, I still preferred it over the past stuff in the movie.
Which
this
kind of thing really makes me fear for the Sonic movie, because Sony Pictures is basically incapable of making a good movie nowadays, so it's kind of doomed if you think about it.
Thankfully, with the Sonic movie, that's more so a case that Sony are basically just the ones distributing and producing it. They don't have that much creative control, thank goodness.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Sega's gone on to assure us, and also the writing team is very well reassuring. I'll give it that.
Well, they are, but that's just the thing. How it's one thing for it's one thing what the writer wants to do. What the studio wants to do, that's a whole other story. That's the problem.
Is that what people are? Is that a concern people have towards, say, the Detective Pikachu movie? Despite the writer's pedigree there too.
With that
Wait,
one,
is that one even being hosted by Sony?
Well, actually,
no, that's Universal.
Well, actually, again,
it's mainly Sony that main people have worries.
Yeah. Don't worry. The thing is, unlike Sony, Universal actually still has executives that are actually capable of recognizing good movies, and again,
well,
most of them, yes. And the thing, and again, we have Alex Hirsch writing the movie. That's already incredibly promising. So, not to mention, Nintendo themselves said that whenever the new president took over, that they plan on extending actually to not just TV shows but movies as well. So I'm guessing Nintendo will probably have a pretty heavy role in it as well.
Yeah, my main reason that I'm still
I'm optimistic about that film's director after seeing Goosebumps.
Oh yeah, Goosebumps was great.
I won't say great, but I enjoyed it for what it was worth. I mean, I think the people who get the most out of it are people who are Goosebumps fans. One of my my best friend's a big Goosebumps fan, and he enjoyed the movie the most out of the two of us.
Makes sense, a Goosebumps movie should definitely be the most entertaining for a Goosebumps fan. But yeah, the main reason I'm still confident for the Sonic movie is the fact that, there's not much for Sony to really, try and spearhead and take over. Because, unlike stuff like Spider-Man, which Sony have, complete ownership of rights for, Sonic is more, his own IP, which Sega just happens to be doing a partnership with Sony to have them distribute it. They can't very well that easily just render control of it.
I hope so.
Same goes for the Ratchet and Clank movie, which was, of course, more of a Sony exclusive thing, so it made sense that Sony...
But that's the problem, Joe. Sony cannot even manage... If Sony cannot manage to make a movie based on one of its properties, meaning video games in case, what chance do they have for a third-party stuff?
Yeah, but remember, Sony Pictures didn't even distribute that movie.
It was Universal, I know.
That was weird, yeah. But yeah, but again, to you, like I said, unlike that one, Sony it doesn't be looking to having that much control over the Sonic movie.
It doesn't even make
so
any
much as they're just
okay,
producing
right.
it.
It doesn't even make any sense. Sony has an animation studio, Sony Pictures Animation. Why not get them to do the animation for the movie?
Because Sega are Mars.
You know, it's quite an amazing yin and yang how Sony's film studios
Well, what
are
does
so opposite from how good their game studios are. Whereas Sony game-wise, you're like, well, are often willing to work with people to the point where, they'll hire them over and over, or even take them in when they're low on cash. Sony as a film studio is, well, borderline awful, I dare say, with a lot of their business decisions.
Well, if they allow films like Passengers to get out into cinemas, then...
And also keep in mind, these are pretty much the main financiers of Happy Madison, so that also counts.
And they're
I
also
think
the same
they've
people
given
who
up now,
tried,
Happy Madison, actually.
not to mention the fact that they... Not to mention the fact that they've admitted that even on projects where they know will fail, they plan to make them a franchise. Oh, not to mention the fact that they were planning to make Ghostbusters 2016 its whole new big thing, but then promptly abandoned it like cowards eventually.
Well, Jova, to be fair though, if I were trying to make a franchise and the first film flopped, I'd have second thoughts too.
Well, the thing is, Sony will constantly go on and on even after the film fails. It's only months later when they'll go and admit, maybe we'll just let it go. It's like, and the weird thing is, and they keep repeating it over and over and over. It's like, hey, remember the problems with Spider-Man 3? Let's do them again, but even worse in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Ugh. At least they were smart enough to finally join up with Disney for Spider-Man.
I must do something about this.
But yeah, in the
Anyway.
meantime,
ahead.
for the game itself,
Asura's dead at the end.
No, he's just knocked out.
He's just mostly dead with Wibbs. There's a difference.
Right.
But as you saw in the shoes of Yascha, we had to defend Asura from a Gohma horde, and this is the second round. Enjoy! There's a turtle Gohma, my fucking favorite. But basically, we are dealing with this Gohma horde and waiting for Asura at least to wake up or to find a solution to wake him up and having some actual chance against Chakravatin. But in the meantime, we have to defend him from these Gohmas, and Yascha also commented the fact that what Chakravatin told in the previous interlude, but the fact that honestly nothing has changed, because even with Bleacher's dead, the Gohmas are still around. What this means in game is that, remember, the devs had an entirely different plan for the potential sequel. That means new enemy types and everything. But since we had to compress all that jazz at the end of just one DLC at the end of a base game, and there's the fact that the entire demigod army has been destroyed at this point, the only explanation we could give is to just recycle the Gohma and give a flimsy justification to it. It's sad, but I can understand where we're going with this. And once again, I fucking hate this Gohma because of how spongy it is.
Turtle in the shell.
But even the elephant Gohma, which is even bigger than this one, was actually more easier to take down.
Crouching turtle shell, I guess. High defense.
Not really, you still hit the head and everything. It's not like he has phases of invulnerability. He's literally just a fucking sponge.
Hard.
I mean, it makes sense for games like, for example, Final Fantasy with the Adamant toys, which by nature and RPG standard it can work. But for a game like this, where it matters more like the sizes of the Gohma than the actual shape that they took, it doesn't make sense for a turtle to be the tank.
Well, I guess
thankfully, again, with Yascha, it's more about speed and everything, so it should be almost done anyway. Go ahead, Jova.
I guess, with an armored turtle, it may make sense for it to be a bit of a tank. Of course, usually the weakness is on the underside.
But that's probably you can never turn it upside down. You can only maybe rotate him with a punch, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, again, with Yascha, it's all about speed. So once he gets, especially when he gets his limit activated, he becomes really fast and can defeat even Gohmas like this very fast.
Oh, look, it's on mine.
Yeah, we're past halfway through. Well,
Okay.
So, what does that mean? Stuff raining down from the heavens.
the Goma uses the points of his shell to create these lava projectiles that function as a portal.
Guys,
Hold on a bit, we'll be commenting on something.
we'll be about 7 minutes.
Anyway, go ahead, too.
No, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And thankfully, I'm almost done anyway for this fucking Goma.
So we're fighting a giant fire turtle.
Yeah, but well, it's more magma. There's a difference between fire and magma, especially in Japanese media, like One Piece. But anyway, there you go. Gotta go fast. There you go. Stylish. And that's pretty much it for the round, but now we'll see what Yascha will do, because we need to take action now.
Tuckered out just yet?
Dull and simple-minded as you were, I admit you are strong.
Yeah, so please stop acting Cinderay. Now is not the time.
Yeah, the war's about to end and you're busy being a...
The anger you carry inside.
Cinderay.
Yeah,
So basically, he needs to find something that can channel his wrath in a proper way.
There is only one thing left to do.
launch into the air and punch the thing.
Already tried that. Didn't go so well.
We'll try it again.
Do you know the definition of insanity?
Wait, Tio, is this music? Is this
Yascha's
Yeah, Yascha's theme, as I mentioned multiple times, it has that Western cowboy
I was
vibe.
gonna say, I thought you lifted it from a Western movie.
Since Yascha is a reference to Proto Man, it's also a reference to East theme, which is that whistle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth remake of The Magnificent Seven, starring Liam O'Brien and...
Here's what Yascha is gonna do. He's gonna extract the core of the Barmastra fortress, which contains all of the mantra and whatever is left of the mantra we accumulated in all these years, and he's gonna implant it directly into Asura. Basically, he's gonna implant a giant hydrogen nuclear reactor into the heart of his best friend, pretty much.
Lust, greed, sloth,
This is the story of Full Metal Alchemist.
violence, melancholy, and wrath.
With all your powers
Oh, it's
combined.
combined.
These are the mantra that govern the world.
Okay.
Now that all the mantra has been used, it is powerless alone.
No kidding.
It's more than enough to serve as a vessel for your wrath.
There you go. This shows how the demigods are very partially cyborg. Well, they're partially. They're more like cyborgs, but with mostly humans components.
What?
Remember, Dweebs,
Cyborgs?
Dweebs, it was established even before. When Asura loses his arms, you can see all the strings and cybernetic implants. But there's only one thing left to do also. Because remember, the seven deities are still not completely dead.
Don't you
Yasha's
see?
still alive.
Don't you see, Dwibs? The twist is that everybody was a robot all along.
Not quite. Cyborgs. There's a distinct difference between cyborgs and...
There you go. The last touch is the last piece of mantra in order to activate the Vamastra core. Yasha's own art.
Do not be mistaken. I am not saving you. Face.
I am killing you.
Excellent.
Oh. Yeah, you're seeing right, rainbow energy breaths.
Of course.
the most powerful of them all.
It's almost literally Captain Planet.
Get up, Asura. It's
Anytime. This takes a while.
He's
Laser!
It's a nightless multicolor ladder.
We'll see if Asura gets up in the next episode. But
Yeah, but for now
now,
we've got the screen and
the
little,
interlude and the preview. For this interlude, I forgot. Yeah, it's still...
B,
no, actually,
D,
it's
A.
yeah, be a terrible execution. Anyway, it's me, Jova, and Pedro because it's I think Mifra and partially her life when Azra's wife was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Mifra's subconscious.
Of course.
Remember, Pedro? It's Jova is Mifra, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
The memories I have seem so distant, almost like they're nothing but dreams. I will never return to the life I once had. Honestly, honey, no one's going to after this.
There you go. Flashback. Remember, Pedro, you're Azra's wife because Tara's strong and shit.
Azura's residence. What a humble home.
Azura, did you just eat the vegetables that Mifra laid on her plate?
Oh.
So Azura
Oh.
eats his own child's supper. That's okay.
No, it's like picture like this, Pedro. Imagine if Gladio ate Noctis veggie while Ignis wasn't looking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Asura and Yascha.
But yeah, next part will be Asura waking up, and we'll get actually a flashback on when Asura first met Yascha and when their rivalry started, pretty much.
Is it the final part?
No, that's pretty much the preview to the conclusion will be in part 22.
Alright then, so see you then.
So,
Yeah.
See ya.